It's important when you're doing grouting to protect those areas you want not to be interfered with grout. So I'm just going to take this here. All very easy. Oops, too close. Press it down the sides like that, into the corner where you want it. Smooth it out. Get a razor blade and I'll just cut it right beside a bit of glass, because I'm not going to get carried away. This is a small bit, so you can see that ends up being quite protected. So I can grout into there, and of course this is small, gentle, and I'll only be using one finger. You can see I've got all the taped areas off. Now I mix the grout according to manufacturer's instructions. I'm going to use this as my little spreader and poke it. I also like to have a pick just in case, and a scraper just in case. Depends on what my hands are doing. And I'll have my silicone take excess off because it's amazing. And then whip up the bit of grout. Now I've mixed this up so it's nice and thick. We don't want it runny because it's going to dribble everywhere. Enough water, it's slaked, so now we can just pop a little bit on. I just want a weeny bit here because there's just one small bit. Rub that in, and that bit's done pretty much. It's all in there, and then I can just put some on here with this little, almost like a spatula, but it's not really. And it's really important to push the grout into your seams or your little rivers that you've left for the grout to go. So there's no gentle pressing around, it's really get it in. Get your finger, get it in there. We've got everything taped off, so we can just get that happening. This is my favourite thing, which is a bit of silicone from a tile supply shop. So it's like those silicone squeegees where they've got handles. The tile has got handles. You could use something like a plastic something just to scrape stuff off, but I really like the silicone thing. And have somewhere where you can wipe it. Let's have a look at the difference that makes. And it just takes all the excess that you don't need to worry about off. Then we wait the allotted time that the manufacturer says, and for Mosaic it's about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the weather. That's fine. If you want to reveal things and scrape excess off, like in this bit here, now's the time to do it. Clean it off. Okay, once it's all hazed over, you can start to remove some of it. Go for the big pieces where there's no grout. So move any that's off the surface. So here is where the damp part of the cloth for Mosaic grout works. So you follow the manufacturer's instructions. To reveal, see how this little one is a little bit buried here? We know it has a point. So just very gently pick it out. Don't worry too much about the crumbs that you see. Just brush them away, and if it's a bit rough, just give it a rub and that smooths it over again. So now I need to leave that for a good hour before I'll peel it off and do the last bit of cleaning. Don't leave it till tomorrow because it will just be too difficult. This is sort of round one. You get most of it off so you don't have to clean too hard. And then we do a final trick. So big reveal. Let's see if I can. I might have to take my gloves off for this. Here we go. So you can see that that's kept it nice and clean, and now all I need to do is tidy up all of these little corners here, and I'll use this little picky tool to do that. So I'll come back when I've finished all of that. You don't want to watch me pick stuff. In terms of seeing here, but see how it's a little bit scungy looking there, so I want to get rid of that. and make sure it's a nice firm corner bit. So hopefully you can see that really well as I scrape that away. And then when you've got your little crumbs here, you don't want them, or we can get rid of them after we're finished. So you can see that's done quite well. And it's not wet, it's a bit crummy looking, so it's not going to stick to the glass. We want to do this. So the last part of this process is buffing, rub and buff with, what have I got here, autumn gold, which isn't a bright gold, so it's quite an antique looking gold, to the, see if we can bring some highlight into that texture there as well. And it's just a matter of a little dabble do you, and then just rub the gold to pick up the lovely pattern in this glass. So you can see, I don't know if you can see the beautiful gold sheen across it. So we'll have, oh, that's going to look terrific. So I'll come back.